So, how been ya? Welcome to the Black Country Craftsman's YouTube channel. This video is part 3 of the house renovation playlist, where I've purchased a 2-bedroom house to renovate for the rental market. If you'd like to find out more advice on renting houses and the things to look out for before you buy one, check out my other video, the Buy to Let Guide. So let's crack on and pick up where we left off. If you remember, I just started to put the house back together by having a radiator fitted in the kitchen, to starting to put the bathroom back together by repairing the tiles, and I'm ready to fit a new towel radiator. Okay, got the old radiator off. A couple of new holes, a bit disappointing, but nothing we can do about it, that need repairing. Here's the new radiator, which is very similar size. You've got, this is the top of the radiator, so you've got your caps on the top, and also you've got a bleed valve at the top, which you've got a screw or a little nut there that you can open. You've got a little hole there, which allows the radiator to be bled, which allows the air to get out the radiator as and when you need it. That's got a rubber seal on it, so you don't need to put anything else on that. Just literally put that on and then tighten it up with an adjustable spanner. Okay, so we've turned the radiator round. This is the bottom of the radiator. This section needs to be fitted on the bottom of the radiator. Now that's it big pre as it comes out the pack. Now these come in the pack of the valves, radiator valves that you purchase with alongside the radiator, an additional cost. So basically what you do with the thread, you wrap it up in PTFE tape, which is that there, and again just screw it in, and with some adjustable pliers tighten it up. Okay, that one's fitted. Second one in now. No adjustable pliers, sorry, as I said earlier. There's an Allen key fitting at the bottom, and this is a tool you can purchase basically to tighten that as tight as you possibly can. There we go. So now we're ready. These sections here that are screwed to the radiator, that pops on there, just a little bit of an Allen key set in there just to hold them in position. We need to put those four brackets on the radiator. We need to then attach the radiator to the pipework loosely, so we can mark the wall so we've been able to get some fixings into the tiles to hang the radiator up. Coming to the radiator pipes here, radiator valves, they kind of act like a tap, where, as you can see, there's live water in these pipes. Simply, if you need to get a radiator off the wall, basically you turn these to the off position, so it tightens the valve inside to basically stop the water from coming out. So yeah, it's quite easy to get a radiator off and remove a radiator. Just be very, very careful of the black water that's in the radiator from all the sludge that develops in a radiator system. If you're not careful and you've got expensive flooring or carpets in the area where you're taking the radiator off, you can actually, will actually ruin it with the sludge that's in the radiator. So please be mindful of that and be careful when you take the radiator off. radiator is loosely attached. So get yourself a spirit level, and you need to basically line that up so it's square, and put a mark around the areas where you need to drill into the tiles. As you can see, the tiles are marked for drilling. Drill the tiles using this 7mm Bosch drill bit. Now, these drill bits are that good you don't have to put your drill on hammer action, which is ideal as this may crack the tiles. Fit these brown plugs into the tiles, and then screw the radiator brackets to the tiles. Slide the radiator into the brackets. Hand tighten the radiator nuts to the valves. And then tighten them up using some adjustable spanners. Okay, they're all tightened up now. So what we need to do is slowly start to open these up to allow the water through. On the top of the radiator there's this little nut here. I'm using this little bleeding valve key, just slowly open them up. See there's a little hole? That releases all the air out of the radiator. So do this until the water starts to bubble through. Okay, new rod's now fitted. It's time now we switch the heating on, just to check everything's working. We've got no leaks in any joints at the bottom. Filler pieces in the floor, just to level that out so it doesn't dip when you put the laminate floor down. A simple piece of floorboard, cut to shape, slotted in and literally screwed. Always remember, when you're screwing floorboards, be very, very careful. You're not screwing into pipes. So, little mark there, and screw the floorboards down tight to the joists. Right, as the floor is a tongue and groove floor, there's a little bit of a lip on that one. So basically, to kind of get around that when you're putting the floor that we're putting down here, I'm going to apply some 3mm ply. Will literally be nailed to the floor, so that all needs to be marked out. Cut around the pipe, start in the corner, mark it out and just cut around the pipes. We will nail that down. I'll show you what nails to use shortly. Right, so the first piece has been cut to suit. Now these are the nails that I intend to use. If you look closely, they're called ring shank nails. They've got little rings just around the shank. Basically these grip, these are a 20mm by the way. They're a 20mm nail. So the floorboards are roughly around 22. This is a 3mm, so you know you're not going to go through the floorboard and catch a pipe or anything like that. So these will go into the floorboard and really hold the plywood down. Okay, first piece in. As you can see, nails are dotted left and right and down the centre, right the way down, pinning it all to the edge. Just need to now fit the rest of it and just nail that down. This is the floor I've chosen. Now this floor is a quick click system, and it's actually a vinyl, but it's quite a sturdy, strong vinyl. Also, as you can see from the back, it's got an underlay built in at the back. So yeah, should we start in this corner? I think what I need to do is I need to put a thin piece across there so the joint is in the middle of the pipe. Otherwise, you're going to end up, if you put the piece there, right up against there, you're going to end up with a very big gap and a slit cut into the back, into the vinyl, which will look quite unsightly. So yeah, we'll start off measuring and get cutting. Start to measure the gap with a steel ruler. Then mark the floor accordingly. Mark it and then cutting the floorboard down to size. Using your ruler as a straight edge, mark both ends of the pipe. Okay, we've got both the pipe work marked out, ready to cut. With a jigsaw, carefully cut those out. Okay. There's my first piece cut. I'm not overly concerned about leaving a 10mm gap at the back like I normally do with laminate floors and this sort of thing. Basically there's a gap. If there's a little bit of movement needs to happen, then there's a gap underneath the tiles. This side I've left a little bit of gap at the end. Yeah, continue to mark up the second piece at 75mm. I'll get another piece up there that should complete that run, and then we can start laying the full boards as from that bit at the bottom. Okay, the second piece, we've cut the width exactly the same as the first piece. I've cut it to length. We normally try and go about halfway on the frame. Basically you've got to allow something very similar to this to go on top. Now this is a brass one. They're called a zigzag threshold. I will be getting a new one, which will be in silver. But they're all the same, they're all the same dimensions. So yeah, I've cut it to length. As I said, I normally kind of go about halfway in the frame. We need now to look at sorting out around by the architrave and cutting a little bit out so it fits. So first job, get your floor and just mark along the architrave as that needs to be cut out. Okay, as you can see, the architrave has been cut, so the floorboard now fits nicely underneath. So what we need to do now is let's put it up tight to there where it should be. we now need to mark out there where the door frame finishes. So I've marked it there. As you can see now, with marking it there and there, I'll move that away. That section now needs to be removed. So this section then will fit perfectly underneath the architrave. Okay, let's put it up nice and tight there. As you can see, that slides in lovely now and it's a lovely fit. Okay, that line there is where a full length would be. So as you can see, the next piece, I've cut about 2/3 of the length, as these joints need to be staggered to give them the maximum strength. So if you put your joint up to there, the straight line going right the way across, that joint wouldn't be very strong at all. So the way you do it is if you stagger your joints. So yes, I've cut that one down. Just need to now look at marking the pipe. Roughly around there, just to get that to fit. Take a little bit out at a time to try and get the best possible fit you can. Okay, always try and put them in at an angle. Line that joint up there and then slowly lower down. Okay, next one is a full piece. It's not quite to the end. Make sure you butt it up tight to that part there, and then carefully, as before, mark it out, ready to cut. Okay, now we have 3 rows on the go. That's fitting nicely around the pipes. Now the reason I've shown you this little video is basically to show you how to start fitting your either a laminate floor or this vinyl floor where the pipework is away from the skirting board. It does make a difference if you start off, as we have, with a smaller piece and doing the joint roughly in the centre of the pipework to make it look a lot neater. If you need more detail on fitting a laminate floor, you can always check out one of my other videos where I actually laid a laminate, and I go into more detail on the best ways of fitting that. So yeah, please check that out. Floor is now completely laid. And all we need to do now is to finish that off is to fit some Sakosha bead all the way around the outside. So let's recap on where we've got to. I've put weed killer on the front lawn, ready so I can tier the garden with railway sleepers. This is where we are in the lounge. Laminate floor purchased and electrical equipment ready to go for the electrician to come in. Okay, back to the kitchen. Due to the radiator fitted, we're now ready for the electrician to start working here now. So yeah, kitchen will be arriving shortly. Bathroom's probably the most furthest forward out of all the rooms. Tiles all cleaned. Just a little bit of siliconing to do, I've mentioned earlier. Floor down. Next job there is bath panel, toilet back, a little bit of grouting, and various bits and pieces fitted back. Shower curtain rail, new fan. So yeah, the bathroom is in far off from being finished. Okay, it's the back garden now. Weeds are all under control. Got a selection of slabs there, ready for the top of the garden. Will probably be the last job to be completed. Also as well, the decking may or may not get round to changing this before I let it out to a tenant, but yeah, I do plan to change that in the future. Please join me on the next video where I start doing the front garden and I get the electrician to start on the electrics. Okay, if you've enjoyed this video, smash us a like, drop us a comment, and if we can help you, we will. And please subscribe to give us a little support. Also, please check out our other videos as we've got quite a few out now. You may find something that might just help you out in the future. I'm the Black Country Craftsman. Don't forget to tell your muckers. Learning how to fix these problems yourself is cheaper than paying someone else to do it for you. Thanks for watching.